Novak Djokovic is one of the greatest players in tennis today. The world number one has won every major trophy that there is to be won and is part of the big three in tennis today, along with Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. However, despite his big success in the tennis courts, Novak has had his fair share of failures and embarrassing moments as well. Today we take a look at some of the most embarrassing moments for the Serb in his glorified tennis career. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Not only has Novak Djokovic made a name for himself through his amazing tennis career, but he also has made a reputation. Of course, many know him to do well in his game, but Djokovic is also known for being quite the funny guy. To start off, his impersonations. Djokovic has become quite adept at imitating his fellow tennis players, particularly Rafael Nadal and Maria Sharapova. Not only are they funny, they're accurate. Djokovic recently made a bad Czech commercial that airs on Tennis Channel. In it, he sings dramatically in Serbian. Another popular video is of him and Andrea Petkovic, aka Petkaradze. Lastly, Djokovic likes to show off his humor by participating in fashion shows at the pre-tournament parties and even by performing with the Bryan Brothers Band at the 2010 Arthur Ashe Kids Day. No matter what Djokovic is doing, you can assume it will be funny or embarrassing. Speaking of, a rather recent embarrassing moment took place at the 2021 Serbian Open. The latest one to make the list is Djokovic's most recent defeat at the hands of Russia's Aslan Karatsev. More so because of the fact that it happened in his home turf of Belgrade, Serbia. The Joker met Karatsev in the semi-finals of the Serbian Open, where he was the clear favorite. This, however, did not deter the 28th seed Russian, who took the first set. The number one seed came back and took the second, setting the game up for a final set. Novak won 4 straight games, as he did so while trailing 4-2. The third set saw Djokovic saving a match point, but it was a little too late. Karatsev saved the 2 final break points to clinch the victory. The match ended after 3 hours and 25 minutes, with Karatsev winning 7-5, 4-6, and 6-4. The next embarrassing moment from Novak Djokovic includes fellow tennis player Lorenzo Sonego. To get into it, Djokovic lost to Italy's Sonego in the 2020 ATP Vienna tournament. The 26-year-old Italian finished the match in 28 minutes to seal the game 6-2 and 6-1. Djokovic literally had no answer for his opposition as he failed to keep up with both serve and return. The Serb just managed to win 3 points in the entire game. Novak didn't look like himself and struggled throughout the game. He only managed to hit 7 winners and made 25 errors during the game. Surprisingly enough, Novak had just retained the number 1 spot after winning the previous match in the tournament. Novak really looked out of sorts against the bold and aggressive play of his opponent. The match finally reached its end with Sonego celebrating his first massive victory against a top 10 opponent. Next up, we have when Novak Djokovic lost his game against Dominic Thiem in the French Open in 2017, which was probably one of the first defeats in his career. The Austrian completely dismantled the Joker in straight sets in the quarterfinals. Thiem wrapped up the game in dominant fashion with a 7-6, 6-3, and 6-0 thrashing of second-seeded Joker. It's not a hidden fact that Djokovic has his issues on a clay court, but even then, no fan of his was expecting this one-sided slaughter that they got to witness. The first set, however, was competitive with it heading into a tiebreak. From then on, it was all Thiem playing out Novak with his power shots. Thiem hit 38 winners compared to Djokovic's 18. Thiem was so ruthless that he did not even allow Djokovic to win a game in the third set. He deserved to win. He was definitely the better player on the court, said Djokovic on his brutal loss. Another embarrassing moment from Novak was when he was forced to intervene after his passionate fans booed a question posed to him after his first round Australian Open victory. The Serbian superstar had just defeated Frenchman Jeremy Chardy in straight sets when he was asked a question that appeared to take aim at his recent quarantine controversy. You got a little frustrated in isolation as you were waiting to prepare for this. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling fit? Do you feel you lost anything? The interviewer asked. The question sparked an angry backlash as Joker fans started loudly booing inside Rod Laver Arena, clearly thinking it was an unfair reference to his controversial list of quarantine demands to Tennis Australia. However, as many can see from the videos, the Aussie Open favorite quickly told those in attendance to stop booing while asking for clarification from the interviewer. What do you mean I got frustrated? Wait, what do you mean? Djokovic asked. The interviewer then backtracked, explaining her question was directed at general frustration that players experienced in quarantine. It's not a negative term, just being stuck in quarantine for 2 weeks. Was that a bit frustrating? She asked. You felt you might not get the practice you needed, but you showed no loss of form. Djokovic was happy to answer the second question, focusing on the positive things being in Australia and refusing to touch on the negativity of the quarantine. I'm just really glad we are free. We're playing tennis, Djokovic said. I'm really glad we're back in Australia. It's a happy place for us. That's all. He will now take on American Frances Tiafoe in the second round of the Australian Open after cruising past Chardy. Djokovic Djokovic was so dominant that he didn't even face a break point during the match. The 17-time Grand Slam winner was thrilled with the display, and the 8-time Australian Open champion clearly thrived off the energy from the fans. "It's an ongoing love affair with this court, me and Rod Laver Arena," Djokovic said during his on-court interview. "I wanted to start off well tonight. First match, night session, one of the most special courts on the tennis tour that we have around the world. It's definitely my most successful and favorite court over the years. Every time I step on this court, I relive those memories. It makes my heart full to see the crowd in the stadium again. I'm really glad to see a lot of people. This is the most people I've seen on the tennis court in 12 months. Sometimes we take these things for granted, but I'm grateful to see a crowd back again." Djokovic had been the center of controversy after airing his frustrations at the quarantine conditions players were forced to endure leading up to the Australian Open. But the Serbian didn't appear to be affected by the strong criticism one bit, with his performance against Chardy sending an ominous warning to his rivals. Novak Djokovic's most embarrassing defeat in his career did not come against any player. Instead, it came against a match referee in the 4th round of the 2020 US Open against Pablo Carreño Busta, as he was disqualified from the tournament. The Joker had accidentally hit the line judge in the throat with a tennis ball. Djokovic was trailing in his match against Spain's Pablo Carreño Busta 6-5 in the first set when he smacked the ball behind him. Consequently, the ball hit the line judge in their neck, injuring her. Within moments, Novak was disqualified from the match, with Busta making it through to the quarterfinals. Speaking on the incident, Novak said, "The rules are clear. I accepted it and I had to move on. That's what I did." The abrupt exit, though, came with its price. It ended Novak's 29-match winning streak and his bid for the 18th Grand Slam title. Another embarrassing loss from Novak Djokovic was against Dan Evans at the 2021 Monte Carlo Masters. The defeat was so bad that Djokovic had just one word to say: awful. Djokovic clashed against Britain's Dan Evans for the first time in his career, but unfortunately for the Joker, it was the lower-ranked Evans who caused an upset. Novak's error-prone display also didn't help his cause. The chilly and windy atmosphere also played an important factor, according to the Serb. Coupled with the unpredictability of Evans' shots and his ability to make his opponent move from one end to the other, the match finally ended with a scoreline of 6-4 and 7-5 straight-set victory for Evans. It truly left a bitter taste in the mouth for Djokovic. As many can see, Novak Djokovic has had very few really embarrassing moments, but as far as the most embarrassing moment goes, Djokovic cannot even share what happened. "I can't share. It's too private to share," Djokovic stated from the Asics New York City store, where Djokovic was promoting his new shoe with the brand. "We all have these moments," he said. Djokovic did say he plays with contact lenses in and has at times had to stop play because one fell out and he needed a replacement. But his most embarrassing moment? He wouldn't even go there. "Those are the milder embarrassments I'm sharing with you now," Djokovic said, laughing. "There's some worse ones, but it's not for the public." With that said, that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.